Hello and welcome to today's webinar, ShareFile for Healthcare. My name is Michelle and I will be your moderator today. With me today I have Ashley Coaches. Ashley is one of our many wonderful customer success managers here at ShareFile and enjoys working with our customers to find the best ways ShareFile and other Citrix products can help their businesses succeed. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to speak with you all today. I did want to let you know that prior to my work here at Citrix, I did work for a medical software company for 9 years. So I definitely understand the needs and concerns of the healthcare community, and I'm really excited to be a part of this presentation that's specifically for you guys.
Great, thank you, Ashley. And today, Ashley is going to walk us through healthcare-specific features that we have, including our print-to-ShareFile app, as well as our new medical imaging tool, and our secure remote access tool that has recently been approved as supporting HIPAA compliance. So we are going to go through some great content today, so please feel free to submit your questions and comments throughout the webinar by using the question and answer panel at any time. And yes, we are recording our session today, and we will be sharing that recording out with everyone shortly after the conclusion of the webinar. All right, Ashley, let's get started.
All right, great. Well, I would like to start everything off by talking a little bit about ShareFile itself before we get into the actual demonstration portion. So Citrix ShareFile has grown at a rapid pace. We've actually surpassed 65,000 business customers and now have 20 million users and counting. Today, 99% of the Fortune 500 are represented in the ShareFile user base. So that's pretty awesome and something we're definitely proud of. But what you might ask sets Citrix ShareFile apart from the other offerings out there? Well, ShareFile was founded on the principle of enabling business and IT professionals to work the way they want and also the way they need. We empower our customers to provide secure and reliable access to apps and data anywhere on any device across any platform. The ShareFile solution is essential to delivering on this vision. And a few things that you guys can expect when utilizing our product is, of course, flexibility, efficiency, organization, and accessibility. We try to provide a secure, compliant, and reliable cloud storage, customized account management, permission controls, and configuration for better organization and control, as well as flexible and secure access from your nearest internet-enabled device. So that's a little bit about Citrix and ShareFile itself. But where does the healthcare industry fit in all of this? So our main focus for our ShareFile healthcare customers is keeping your files secured not only with our standard 256-bit encryption, but also storing that data within our HIPAA-compliant data centers. By using ShareFile as part of your daily workflow, you also have the tools to streamline your processes, track your work, and save time. And today we are excited to show you guys 3 features to aid in this process. Those things will be Print to ShareFile, our medical imaging tool and uploader, and ShareConnect, which is our HIPAA-compliant remote access tool. So first off, let's start with Print to ShareFile. This is often seen, in my opinion at least, as the hidden jewel of ShareFile apps, and I'm always excited to share it with our users. To briefly summarize this application, Print to ShareFile allows you to send files from your industry-specific software, apps, programs, the web, directly to your ShareFile account without first having to save the file to your local drive, which is pretty awesome and also keeps you from having to store that in your own computer. Also, the capability to email the file as well as encrypt the body of that email is available to you for quick and easy use. So I'm sure a lot of you out there already see the benefits in your day-to-day processes in utilizing this application. Because of course it's particularly useful for the healthcare industry when utilizing an EMR, an EHR, or a practice management system, allowing you to skip searching for an encrypted thumb drive or writing the file to a CD to send through the postal service and having the recipient wait. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at this app in action. So I'm going to switch over to my account and just point out first where you all can find this application. You should see an apps section to the left of logout. If you select that and scroll down to the bottom, you will see that particular application and you can download it. If for some reason you do not see it there, contact your master admin and discuss the availability of that app for your particular account. So to show you this particular app in use, I pulled up a fake face sheet here to kind of give you guys an idea of how you would use it in your own world. And let's just imagine this is your EHR system. All you would need is access to print the particular document. So since this is a web page, I'm just going to go up and choose print. My usual print interface shows up, and over here on the left-hand side, you'll see the destination is Citrix Print to ShareFile. You might have to go into Change and take a look at the destinations that you have, but after installing that app completely, you should see Citrix Print to ShareFile as the destination. So of course, what this will do is not actually print a physical copy of the document, but it will send that document securely to your ShareFile account. So let's see how that works. After you select print, you should have a box that I will drag over here that looks similar to this. The very first time you use it, you'll have to log in to your ShareFile account. At that point, after login, you should be able to rename the file if needs be. So in this case, we'll name it after its medical record number to keep out any PHI. And then down at the bottom, you'll be able to see any of the folders that you have available to store this particular document. And you can search through them to find the exact one needed. Let's just do this. Once you've selected that, you'll see the exact path of where it's being stored. And if that's the only thing you want to do, you can just hit upload only. So you never had to download or save the actual document to your computer. You were able to send it straight to ShareFile. But that's not all. You can also do some other actions that are accessed through this drop-down right here. You can email this document as well as adding it to this particular destination folder. And that will actually bring up an in-app emailing system where you can put the recipient's email and subject and also type a message here. And just like you're used to with your regular ShareFile account, you have the other options here to set notifications and, most importantly, your security. We always suggest that anytime you're sending PHI documents, you set this to requiring recipients to log in. That provides an extra layer of security, requiring that recipient to be accountable for their password to access this document. So that's how you would email a regular attachment, a encrypted attachment, but say you also wanted to put some information in the body of the email about your patient, but you know it's sensitive and you want to make sure that that information is encrypted. You can choose this encrypted email with ShareFile. Now just a heads up there, if you guys do not see that option, give us a call on our support line, or if you have a salesperson that you're in contact with, and see about getting that added to your plan. When you choose that, it will give you this message is encrypted, and then you can actually type in your message sensitive information and feel comfortable and secure that the recipient will not only have to log in to even see the body of your email, but that this will travel to them in an encrypted fashion. It also provides a way for them to reply back to you encrypted as well. So if you have a sensitive question to ask them, then they would be able to reply to your mail and give you that sensitive information. The last few things that I wanted to point out, we do have SFAX, which is actually utilized most by our healthcare industry. SFAX is not a part of ShareFile itself, but we do work together with the company to not only provide you guys with a discount for their services, but also integrate in a secure fashion to send this particular file in a fax. So another thing that if you're interested in, let us know or reach out to your salesperson or our support, and we'd be happy to talk to you about that option. So that is the print to share file option. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys, going back to our PowerPoint here, if I can make that happen. All right. So the next feature is the medical imaging software that we have a part of ShareFile. There's actually two components to this tool. We have a specially designed medical uploader used to quickly bring your DICOM images from your PAC system, a CD, or a server onto your ShareFile account. There's also a medical image viewer for dynamically viewing those DICOM images in a format that should be familiar to you all, easy to navigate, and will cause little to no interruptions to your workflow while also making your processes more efficient and secure as well, so you can rest easy with that. Also, it allows your patient visits to become more productive. For example, when patients arrive with images on CDs, immediate review of these images might not be available due to compatibility issues or lack of viewing software. Even worse, patients sometimes forget or misplace these CDs, and another appointment is required to get the entire information. ShareFile Medical Imaging allows patients and other providers to upload medical images days before the appointment. This ensures the patient visits are productive and efficient. Keep in mind, and this is a big thing, so hopefully everybody hears this portion, that the viewer is not meant to replace your current diagnostic system and should not be viewed as an official diagnostic tool. And that will actually pop up when you first view a DICOM image within your ShareFile account, asking you to acknowledge that you understand that. Instead, this tool should be viewed as a supplemental communication tool when researching, discussing, and transcribing on dynamic medical images. So it's just a way to make your system a little more efficient and to continue the communication process. So the medical image uploader is available through the app section that we looked at earlier for print to share file, and it's actually available for everyone. The viewer portion, however, does have to be turned on through a purchase. So that's another thing that if you are interested, definitely let us know, and we can get you headed in the right direction for getting a demo of that and then adding it to your particular account. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at this tool in action so you guys can see what exactly it will bring to the table. So I'm going to switch over to my ShareFile account here. And basically I have gone into my shared folders and I have this healthcare folder here, patient files. And I'll take this opportunity just to mention that you might want to consider with your folders, if you have been in the habit of naming them the actual patient's name, instead sticking to a numerical identifier such as their medical record number. That way that information isn't readily available if you're viewing this particular folder. Within this folder, I have a few DICOM images. So again, DICOM is a type of image for those of you that are unfamiliar, and this is the only type of image that currently works with this viewer. So you'll want to make sure that you have the correct file type for utilizing this tool. So let's take a look at one of these. You'll notice this face with the brain exposed here to let you know that the image viewer is ready to use for this particular image. This will open up a separate window which displays our medical image viewer. So right off on the left-hand side, you've got some study details. This is the metadata associated with this particular image, including patient name, ID, and a little bit of demographics, as well as your referring physician. Of course, this information has to be attached to that particular file for it to show. So we will not actually create any information on our own. We just take it in from what you're loading into the system. Below that, you have a series list. So you could have one or multiple series. Of course, multiple series would allow you to have the option for a comparison view. You'll see I have Series 5 and Series 106 here, and currently I'm on a single pane view. I'm going to a dual pane view. You also have the option of note of a 4-pane view. Once I choose that, it brings this over and allows me to pick my other series. And at this point, you can see both images side by side. The contrast, you'll notice this little square that pops up on the screen. Sometimes people get in here and move their mouse and not realize what happened, and they can't see their image anymore. So all you have to do is hold down your mouse, and you'll be able to see that. And lastly, just to show you exactly how dynamic this can be, if you go down to the bottom here, you can press play. Maybe. Let me try this again. There we go. And you can see the image itself moving dynamically. If you had a particular DICOM image that had multiple views of that part of the body, then it would actually track that image through each individual view and let you know where in the body you are at that time. A lot of you guys are probably familiar with this type of view, as it is similar to your PACS system and the software already involved with your EHR system. There are a few other tools up here, as well as zooming in and actually drawing indicators, etc. And then you can also download the particular picture, add it to a new folder within your ShareFile, etc. So definitely an awesome tool. I encourage all of you guys to take a look and consider if this is something that could be of value for you and your facility. Lastly, I want to talk to you guys about the remote access that we have with our ShareConnect application. So ShareConnect, in some ways, a lot of our other industries are using it, and we've had healthcare professionals ask, how can this be utilized for me, and is it HIPAA compliant? Well, the answer is, thankfully, it is HIPAA compliant. And the way that you can actually use this is it allows you to work from anywhere with secure remote access to getting to those files and useful apps and software on your desktop or server. So say, heaven forbid, you get home and you need to access a particular piece of software on your work computer in order to view a patient's file. You could remotely access that computer and be able to utilize the software you have on your work computer to do what you need to do. Most importantly, it is HIPAA compliant. It is also pretty easy to use and optimized both for your computer and a tablet as well as a smartphone. So keep that in mind. Additional security features include prevention of unauthorized access. You have to actually download the software to be able to use it on both computers. So it's not like you can pop into somebody's computer unexpectedly. You also maintain compliance as session data is not stored or cached, which will be good to your IT team. And the monitor of the computer that you're remotely logging into can be blanked out, so nobody at the office can see what you're doing, as well as the keyboard can be locked, so you don't have to worry about anybody interrupting your session. So the last thing I want to show you regarding ShareConnect are the few settings that will need to be set accordingly in order for your ShareConnect to be HIPAA compliant. Once you log into your ShareConnect account, you would go to Settings and then the In Session tab. You would want to disable file transfer, remote printing, and also restrict your inactivity time to industry standards. I have noticed that it seems to be dependent upon your area and your IT as far as what that setting is, but certainly not the usual setting of, I think, around 90 minutes. You would definitely want to restrict that. And lastly, you'd want to go to the Installation and Access tab and disable access to client computers. The reason for that is, in order for this to be HIPAA compliant, it can only be used for personal use and not dialing into any client computers, for the obvious reason of not having that breach of HIPAA files when you're dialing in. So that is a look at the 3 applications that I really encourage you guys to take a look at. You have your print to share file, where you can not only send files to ShareFile without even loading them or to your actual computer, but you can also email and encrypt the body of an email straight from that app. You have the medical image viewer and uploader for all your DICOM images so that you can look and assess and talk about those images on the go. And then lastly, you have ShareConnect, which again, it is a purchased part, and you would let us know if that's something that you're interested in taking a look at and seeing if that's something that can be of value for you. And that is all I have today. I'll send it back over to Michelle.
Thank you so much, Ashley. So we did have a couple of questions come in, so please all, if you have any more questions, submit them now so Ashley can go ahead and answer them. So is the medical imaging viewer, is it only available for internal use, or can you be using it with your providers and your clients as well?
That's a great question. As of right now, it does require you to have a login, a licensed login to your ShareFile account. So technically, yes, if you do have a user set up, they can log into the account and view these particular images. But it is something that is part of the ShareFile account. So if you try to email one of the images, the viewer doesn't come with it. So they would have to be logged in to be able to utilize that.
Okay, great. And when you are, when you are uploading your documents for using the imager, can you explain to me how would you get them in? So they're kind of in your folder, and then you just click on that folder, and then you view them that way. Just wondering how that process works, if you could go back in and show that.
Sure, actually, yeah, and that's a great question. I'm glad you guys asked. Sorry about that. Let me actually show you the uploader itself. So the uploader itself, which would get these images into your folders. Now you can go into a folder and just do a usual upload of a document just like you would normally, and find a DICOM file and either drag and drop or add it in. But usually if you're getting these into your system, it's not on a one-by-one basis. You're sent a CD, or these are coming from your PAC system, so that's when that uploader really comes in handy. So let's go ahead and access it. And again, it's available in your apps section. And that should be something accessible to you right now. Oh, nuts. Oh boy. Okay, so we have a pin to my uploader right now that, let me see if I can't. I guess I'll just explain really quickly. So there's 3 different ways that you can actually get the images in from the medical uploader. There is a PACS push. So it's a DICOM push. You would probably have to get your IT department involved in that, or whoever your EHR provider is. But basically they can connect your PACS system through an IP push to talk to the medical uploader and send the actual images there without you having to intervene at all. Or you can do a mass upload by selecting any folders that you have on your computer, or from a CD, which is a common way that you'll get those files. And basically it will identify whatever DICOM images are in whatever area you're deciding to choose from, and it will quickly upload them to your ShareFile account in the destination that you choose. And I apologize for not being able to show you guys that uploader there.
No, that's okay, Ashley. Thank you. I think that was a good clarification of the process. So for ShareConnect, the remote access tool, is it relatable to a VPN? Is that kind of a similar tool?
It is, and in my opinion, it's a little bit easier to use. I've used a VPN before, and there's a lot of ins and outs that you have to set up to make sure that that's running, whereas the Share Connect, all you have to do is install the software and then log into Share Connect to connect to your computer. So you're not waiting for that VPN connection in the process. But yes, if you are used to a VPN connection, this is quite similar to that capability.
Okay, great. And for patients submitting documents to us, are we able to use the client portal? Is that going to be HIPAA compliant as well?
Yes, the ShareFile client portal is HIPAA compliant. So if you are storing PHI data, the great thing is, you'll want to make sure with us or with your master admin that you guys are utilizing our exclusive HIPAA compliant cloud storage. And as long as you're on that and have signed a BAA with us, then your files are HIPAA compliant. Now, of course, the extreme scope of HIPAA compliance will also fall into you and whoever receives the files making sure that they do their due diligence to not release that PHI. But while your files are resting in our server, you can be rest assured that they are encrypted and compliant.
Okay, wonderful. We did have some customers who were wondering if their clients could use the encrypted email function without the ShareFile user having to initiate it, and I was thinking that maybe using the client portal would be a better option for having your clients upload their documents to the specific client portal that you've set up for them.
Yes, exactly. And encrypted email is only available for employee users, so you definitely would want to set them up a folder and invite them to use that folder, and then they would have a secure place to upload documents to you at any time, and you could also be automatically notified that new documents have arrived.
Great, Ashley, thank you. That is all the questions that we had today. I think that that was a great overview of our healthcare specific features that we can now offer to our healthcare customers. So I do hope that everyone was able to learn more and will begin using these features shortly. Again, if you do have an interest in that medical viewer or the Share Connect feature, please type your name in right now, and we'll make sure to get in contact with you to add that. Print to share file as well, that should be right on your apps page. That does come with most plans, so check that out as well. And you will be receiving a link to the recording, as I mentioned in the beginning, so we'll get that out to you within the next 24 hours, along with the PowerPoint slides if you requested those. So Ashley, thank you so much for that presentation and those demonstrations, and thank you all for taking the time out of your busy day to spend some time with us. Until next time, have a wonderful day.